Hey guys, just thinking about something that, oddly enough for me, is I'm not sure I've talked about it in a video before, even for myself. And I've been making videos for myself for a long time. Over the last few weeks here, 50 years, I don't know, I'm getting used to Q. And one of the things that I try to do is just play and try to be really kind of aware of everything that's happening, more aware than normal. A lot of times I try to just kind of be in freewheeling mode, I guess. But one of the things that I've noticed is differences in my stance that are forced because of the position I'm in. You know, for example, bad examples. Let's do. You know, everybody's going to have a right stance for them, and it's going to be there are zero obstructions. There's nothing weird going on. They can just don't try to copy my shit because everybody's different. Okay, I have both my legs way more forward than a lot of people do. Sometimes I'll even crouch on both legs instead of keeping my rear leg straight. So don't go trying to copy my shit. It's trademarked. But I could shoot like this. I'm not going to have any obstructions and nothing is weird going on. This would be like the natural type of a stance for me. Put this ball here, and all of a sudden I'm hampered. Even if it's here, I'm still bridging on the rail, like this. I still have to bridge on the rail. If it's here, I don't necessarily have to bridge on the rail, but if I don't, then there's weird stuff happening here. All of a sudden my wrist is touching something, and it usually isn't. It can be enough to make my inner pool player go, wow, that's weird. Fix that, Dave. And meanwhile, I don't fix that because I can't. They don't give me ball in hand on every shot. I bet I could win a lot of tournaments if they did that. Put the ball all the way back here. In this basement, I have a rock wall and the remnants of a rock wall back here. Put the cue ball all the way back here. Now I have to move my back leg even further this way than it normally is. So that messes up my stance from my legs point of view, and my bridge is messed up because it's on the rail. I say messed up, I mean it's different. It's not my ideal situation. I think probably most people notice this kind of thing, especially with the bridge being on the rail. But I noticed on a lot of shots that, like, I want to shoot this 9 in. It's not quite a stretch. I'm still, I can still see the shot just fine. I'm bridging off the rail in this case. Smooth the ball up a little bit. It's a short shot, but I have to twist a little bit because guess what? There's a table right here. So I'm not in my ideal stance. Right now, my right leg is the one in front. It is the opposite of the way I normally shoot. If I try to get into something with my left leg in front, now my hip is up against the side of the table, and that might make me uncomfortable. In this particular case, that's got me twisted too much. I can't get into proper alignment with the shot line with my left leg in front. So fine, we'll do it this way. But now everything's weird. Now my whole body is twisted counterclockwise. I can stroke freely and I can see the shot line and I'm pretty sure I'm on it. But because I'm twisted and stuff, maybe I'm not positive that I'm on it. Or maybe I'm wrong when I think I'm on it. And these are the kinds of things that I'm talking about. Just being aware of it. I'm not saying you have to do anything about it. There's some cases you can't. Like I said, they don't give me ball in hand on every shot where I can make everything nice and perfectly natural and all that. But if I'm aware of, hey, shit, I'm twisted, maybe I should take an extra practice stroke. Crazy talk, I know. Or maybe I shouldn't shoot it. Maybe I should only shoot this shot with a level cue. Because where it used to be easy, now I'm bridging off the rail, so it's not as easy. So dumb it down a little bit, maybe. Maybe don't try to. I'm not even playing a game here. I was thinking, well, maybe don't try to shoot bottom and bump the 3 out here. I guess maybe I'm playing one pocket. Maybe don't do that because I'm bridging off the rail and makes it just a little bit awkward. So just shoot it like that and just deal with it. Of course, you know you have situations where they'll stretched out. I think everybody notices that too. I see a lot of people that, well, a lot of people that can do it. I was going to say a lot of people that try it. Like for me, you know, I'm 5'8" on a good day. I've talked about that before. If the cue ball is at this diamond or closer, then it's doable for me. I will still usually attempt the shot. But it is a stretch. What I don't want to do though is try to shoot this 10, or shoot this, see why did I say 10? The 10's over here. Shoot this 4 and draw back for the 15 because I'm stretched out. I don't have very much room to follow through for a draw shot, and if I do, it's probably going to be all goofy. So in this case, you know, all I can do is really just hit it low and shoot what I come up with. People, you know, people's talents and abilities are going to differ on what they can do like that when they're stretched out. I'm watching a match between Gomez and John Moore right now, and I bet either one of them could shoot this ball in, even though they're stretched out, and draw back for the 15 or the 13, whichever one they felt like doing. The better players than me. That understatement of the year right there. But for me, if get shape on the 15 or you're going to the electric chair, if it was one of those situations, which hasn't come up yet and probably won't, then it's not going to be a draw shot for me. It's going to be something like that. Even stretched out, I can usually manage a fairly straight follow stroke. Not all the time, I'm guessing. But yeah, so I just try to be aware of what, am I hampered right now? Is anything that I'm doing right now different than like my normal, my ideal shooting position? No, I don't think so. It's a little bit of a longer shot, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, does anything have to be twisted or too close to the rail or anything like that, or stretched out, you know, because of the way the balls are positioned on the table. In this case, no, it's not the key. So as long as I can deal with the distance, I can do anything I want on the shot. I could even miss. I can even miss. Always an option to miss. Always an option to miss. The problem with that shot was I didn't know what I was doing. I was thinking, hey, I can do anything I want. I had no idea what the hell I was doing with that shot. I was trying to shoot it. I think I might have been trying to come back here for the 6. Just put a stroke on it, I guess. Don't know for sure. That time I felt a little bit hampered, but that was my own fault. Sometimes your body can hamper you. For me, I think I was talking to the camera, and I moved the 6, and I didn't move my feet again. You watch all the best players, almost every one of them will have a really good pre-shot routine where a lot of times they'll stand back and step into the shot. So they're always getting into that proper shooting position as much as they can. Sometimes the table's in the way and all that, so they can't be ideal. But I don't think I did that on that shot. I think my feet were already in the same zip code as what I wanted, so I just been over and shot. And I could be wrong. I could just have missed. It's highly possible to just miss. Usually I don't do, I'm not disciplined enough, I'm guessing. I don't do the whole step back, practice strokes, step forward in the shot. Usually I don't do that kind of stuff. This is a really brief aside. I have never understood why some people will be back here and they'll do this. They're a right-handed shooter and they'll do this. At what point is this motion coming in your game? I think maybe this is crazy talk, that if you're going to try to get a feel for the speed of the shot, maybe you do this, but I hardly ever see that. But I do see I see very good players that are up there doing this. And they know something I don't, which surprised me a bit. I'd like to know what they know that I don't in that case. But if I want to try to be disciplined, then I'm stepping back a little bit further, stepping into the shot like that. What I usually do instead of that is I do what I've called in another video, is I'll do a little dance. I'm up here and I'm just shifting my feet around until everything feels right. And then once everything feels right, sometimes I make the ball. Sometimes I don't make the ball. That was really kind of annoying there because I felt good about that shot. It just didn't happen. Yay. The purpose of this video is to talk about when I'm hampered from my ideal situation. My ideal situation being, like I was talking about, there's nothing stopping me from being in what is my normal, perfect, ideal stance for me. There's nothing doing that. Now sometimes it could even, depending on how easily distracted I am, sometimes it can be even something like having this too close to my forearm. And now all of a sudden there's something touching my forearm. Oh my God. That thing, sometimes it can be as stupid as that. But the point is just, if I'm aware of it, that's better than it coming as a surprise to me or to my inner pool player. When I'm in the middle of a stroke, being in the middle of a stroke, and my inner pool player is going, something touched my forearm. No, that's probably not a good idea. So, deal with it. Okay, fine. Something touching my wrist right now. Fine. Just deal with it. Be a man and just deal with it. I guess you could have a situation where, hang on, this is staring me in the face. This is my little dance that I do. Instead of walking back here and going like this and then stepping into the shot, I do this dance. I've been doing that forever. I don't have to justify everything that I do. What was I getting ready to say? Oh, I had a point I was going to make. Something about, let's take this ball and put it here, and this ball and put it here, and this cue ball and put it here. And I need one ball for the championship of the world. It doesn't matter where it goes. That could be a situation where this, I'm hampered on my thumb by the rail. This, I'm not hampered on my thumb by the rail because the rail is back here on the heel of my hand. So assuming that I'm equally good at cutting a ball to my left versus cutting a ball to my right, which I'm not because of my eyes. I've talked about that before as well. But normal people or really good players that are equally good at cutting to the right or to the left, maybe they're better off picking the 13 because their thumb's not going to be hampered, or they don't have to come up and bridge unnaturally short. The natural bridge for me on this shot is basically with my thumb right against the rail, and it's just weird. Over here, sure, there's still something touching my hand, but it's not affecting my bridge at all. So, I lost the championship of the world, which should shock no one. Should shock no one. Yeah, wobbled in that time. And I bet if I shot that shot 100 times and this shot 100 times, I bet the 13 would win. Not by much. I'm not saying this makes the shot impossible, but what I am saying is I am absolutely aware that my thumb is not in my normal bridge position. because it's hampered by the rail a little bit. And that could be enough to make it the loser in my little hypothetical contest I was just saying. Could be enough to make me want to do something else, or maybe rush the shot or something. Wait a minute, gotta be back further. I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. But that's what I want to say. It was I'm really big on just being aware of things and not necessarily having a fix for it. Sometimes you can't fix. If you're stuck to the rail, you're stuck to the rail. But you're aware of, okay, what does that mean? You're stuck to the rail, in that case, it means you're probably going to be putting top on the ball. You're not going to jack up and try to draw it or whatever. Going to mean that your bridge is not in its normal position because you're bridging off the rail. Any number of things. Sometimes you can't do anything about it. Just be aware of it. If you could take it one step further, okay, what does that mean as far as my game goes? What is that? How does that affect my abilities? Should it affect my shot choice? Just shit like that. So that's it. Bye, guys.